Nice Diaz. All right, service sales as of today are $1,942,984. We have 4 days left of the month. Right now, we're 9% behind budget. So we gotta see what we can get out and see if we can pull any shipments in for next month if we have any of the parts. Okay. Scrap. Obviously, if you can come up right afterwards, we really need to take care of some of the scrap and start getting rid of it so we can bring that money to the bottom line. Okay. So we want to try and hit more detail on these as more we go here over the next month, okay? Jose, can you take a look at Phil 37 and let me know if it's a tooling or a process issue with the flash that we're trimming? We're trimming flash, okay? So we want to get that out so we don't have people trimming that so we don't miss something. All right, and then Pat, as soon as you get SOS 137, let me know so we'll pull that out. All right.
All right, things we got going on in white and red. In white, we need to get 21B needs to get to STK 11. 22C, Pat, that order is done. I'm not sure what they're thinking on if they're running the next release, but Clack 3 needs to get in. Bill 13 is hot as well. In 22, I think it's D. Clack 5, we need to get that sample done and we need to get those parts ran. SV9 needs to get to the Dash 66s. In red, it's mostly repairs. We need to get SYS 119 out of the tool room, PA1 out of the tool room, and then Trent, we need to talk about R11D and what our plan is for getting that press fixed and up and running. We don't have pictures today, but Alejandra Ruiz has pictures tomorrow.
All right, so we had in the back room, back in Blue Value Stream, there was a lot of boxes, and obviously with the move, we just pushed them in there and just got in the room, get it off the floor. So then Steve and Bob went through and put them on wheels, so obviously we can save some space so we can pull them out and take a look at it. So obviously it makes it a lot easier to get to it, so let's give Bob and Steve a hand. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. All right, also I forgot, next Friday Green Toys is going to be here, so Howard from Green Toys will be here, so I'm sure they'll want to come over and see if they're assembling anything. So we should have some water cans and stuff to go ahead and assemble. So we want to make sure we have all that ready to go, okay? Excuse me. So the next step, when they were talking about the reserves and the active bins, is the beginning and the end of 1990 was to introduce the concept of standard work and visual control by dividing the workday into 12-minute cycles. An interval of this length was found to be the best compromise between walking distance and cart size in making a round of the bins to load or unload a cart. During each cycle, an associate, as hourly workers now called, was expected to pick up a bin, pick or bin a different part of lines, depending on the size of the part. For example, in a 12-minute picking cycle, an associate might pick 30 lines of small parts, or 20 lines of medium parts, or 12 lines of large parts. A progress control board was constructed between the receiving dock and the shipping dock to show everyone the number of cycles to be completed and the time available. Each associate was given a stack of magnetic markers of a given color and asked to place a marker in the appropriate square on the progress control board each time a cycle was completed. This made it possible for everyone on the team to see exactly how the work was proceeding. In a striking example of a visual control in a warehouse where everyone works out of contact with everyone else. The progress control board eliminated the need for team leaders, as the supervisors are now called to supervise their teams. Instead, everyone could look at the board, observe what worker was falling behind, and provide that worker with a bit of help once that other tasks were finished. Visual control, along with the use of exact work cycles, also made it possible to address the causes of disruptions in the workflow. The right side of the progress control board provided a blank area beside each cycle for associate to write the reason that a cycle could not be completed on time. These reasons, when summarized, became the raw materials for directing work team Kaizen activities when these were introduced in 1992. All right, so obviously we talk about it, it's sort of like when we talk about the assembly line at Toyota, right? So they start assembling the parts, and if they don't get the parts on in time and they get to the yellow line, because the car's the yellow line, they need help before they get to the red part where they got to pull the andiron cord and stop the entire system. So it's the same thing as picking bins. Not everybody's talking. You can't see each other. They're going up and down aisles. I don't have that up there right now, but they're going up and down aisles. So the only way to see that is when you're done with your cycle to look and see what visually, if somebody needs help or if somebody doesn't. So that's why it's so important to have the visual, because You don't have to worry about somebody miscommunicating something. It's standard. It's a set way of doing things, okay?